So we're going to have cos of theta upon 2. Now that's a negative thing. What do you think is going to happen here? You've got a plus and a negative of that. So if that goes over, it becomes a positive. Do you understand? Because this is like a positive times a negative gives you a negative. So when you move it over, it becomes right. In which quadrant is cosine positive? So it will be theta 2 pi minus t. Is it clear? Okay. Something else. If you look at what you have here, in graph language, it means that what is going to happen here? If you have 1 over 2, you are dividing this by 1 over 2. So in graph language, it means the graph of cos theta. Normally cos theta goes with something like this, right? Normally, this is cos theta, where this is 2 pi, and that's 0, and that's 1. And here is negative 1. Alright? So this is the function y equals cos theta. But y equals to cos of that. What does it mean in terms of when you calculate your period, you take 2 pi or 360 degrees. When you divide it by that, it's the same as multiplying. You're going to get 4 pi. Now think about that for a minute. 4 pi is 720 degrees. So I'm all the way up to here. So this graph, the half of this graph, which is normally here, right, is now just going to be included up to there. So 4 pi, if you have to continue, say this is 4 pi, right? As this graph goes, as it would go otherwise, like as it will go, you get the idea. So you only have half of this warrior from there to there. So there's that stretch more or less as it goes in order to go in, and it will go on top there. So once we are now looking at our, this is just a decimal, which is going to be positive. We are just going to have one value, one answer that will make sense when we do this. Although cosine itself is positive in the first and in the fourth quadrant, it could be that our second solution will be outside our given domain. Okay? As you will see with this graph, it will be outside, only out after we finish with 2 pi. Right, so let us see now. We have the expectation. We know exactly how many solutions we are about to get. So let us see whether it makes sense. Right, so you say let equals to what? So cos of k equals to. Now, don't you remember that from somewhere? Remember that? That was 1. That was 2. That was root 4 square minus 1 square, 4 minus 1 is 3. Root 3. You remember that? The cosine of a certain angle gives you that. It's going to be that upon that. Is it not so? So 60 degrees. So what is 60 degrees equal to in terms of radians? Pi upon 3. So this angle here, K will be pi upon 3. That's our reference angle. Right, it's positive in the first quadrant. So, in the first quadrant, you're going to have this stuff equals to, now we're going to generalize it, right? Whatever the angle is, what is our angle? Pi upon 3 plus 2 pi n. You understand?
So I think pi upon 6.
Remember equilateral times. Should we really do that? Equilateral time.
Yeah.
Even if the 60 was here, it would be adjacent, is 1 over that. But it's supposed to be on the hypotenuse. So the adjacent is what?
Yeah, which is not good.
It's 30 degrees now.
Yeah.
Oh, at least someone was awake. Happy? You can always calculate it anyway with your calculator. You don't have to worry about that right in your time. Okay, right. So let us find the general solution in the first quadrant. So this stuff here, nothing can do. So I'm going to multiply by 2. If I multiply here by 2, I'm going to get, remember this is 2 now, I'm going to give me 5 over 3 plus 4 pi n. Now 4 pi n, now if n is 1, it's already going to be out of our domain. You understand that? So I'm going to, now I know in my head, I must deal with n equals to 0. Okay, but let's, for interest's sake, also do the fourth quadrant. Just so we can have that as well. And eliminate that as a possibility. Man. Theta from 2 equals to, here is going to be 2 pi minus pi upon 6 plus 2 pi n, because it repeats itself up there with 2 pi radians. Let's simplify this side here. That's 2 pi, which is going to be what? 11 over 6 pi. Remember this side. Please just use your calculator if that concept is difficult for you. Multiply by 2, 2 goes here 3 times. When you multiply by 2, this gives you 11 over 3 pi. Okay, so this is the general solutions. General solutions. Right. We already agreed which n we're going to use. Right? So if n equals to 0, then the answer should just be pi upon 3. Try this one. If n equals to 0 here, it's going to be 11 over 3. 3 goes in 11 3 times, and something else is left. What is our domain? 2 times 3 is like 6, right? Isn't that so? This is going to be beyond 6. So only one answer. You get it? So therefore it only has one, as I was indicating when we were doing that. So far so good? It's not good there with Kuyanja. Clean the board. Stop the tape! All of a sudden, it's interesting.
This one
General solutions is coming in.
General solution.